How's it going, my dudes? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to take a look at the new Armament Spotlight portal that is going to drop very soon on the 27th of January. So for this video, we are going to quickly discuss whether you should be using your beats on this banner or not. For most players, this is going to be a very obvious decision, but if you are still on the fence or you do not know what's coming, that's the point of this video. So we are going to start off immediately with the 4-star Thunder Armament 4 Turbo Shield. Weapon skill: if self is a Thunder character while own HP is at or below 50%, own attack plus 60%. And if self is a Thunder character while own HP is at or below 20%, own water resistance plus 100%. And in the JP version, if you fully limit break the armament at Awaken level 5, if self is a Thunder character while own HP is at or below 50%, your power flip damage goes up by yet another 40%. Now this armament is almost completely useless. The second effect, if self is a Thunder character while own HP is at or below 20%, your own water resistance goes up by 100%. That is slightly more niche, but take note that 100% water resistance does not equate to full invincibility. So if you're a new player or you do not know how the mechanics work, this 100% water resistance doesn't actually result in you receiving 0 damage. If not, that will be incredibly overpowered. Instead, what I think this is you reduce a good chunk of the DPS that you receive. So it's only going to make you a little bit more tankier, but that's about it. So this armament is definitely a no-go for me. Next up, we have the Elec Dagger. This is going to be a 3-star Thunder Armament. Weapon skill: if self is a Thunder character, own attack plus 40%, and when battle begins, Thunder characters receive damage equating to 10% of max HP. And at max limit break, Awaken level 5 when battle begins, deal damage to Thunder characters equating to 5% of max HP. So this armament is slightly more useful, I would say, in a sense that this is a very specific armament. It has a very niche role and a very specific purpose. So this armament is definitely going to go onto one of your support units, and if you're going to be running characters like Mino, who is a Thunder enmity character, do a little bit more damage when your HP is lower, then this armament has a little bit of use. I'm not saying that this is probably a very perfect pick in a certain lineup, but it has its own use. So this armament and the 4 Turbo Shield, they both increase your own attack, but yet I still say that this is not very good, and this is because you will have access to the Durandal and the Melted. These two armaments give you attack by a large margin, and those are pretty much free to play as well. You just need to invest a little bit of time into the game, clear out your mana bots, and you should be able to get those without any hassle. And this is why I say that these armaments are not that good. But anyway, let's move on to the final armament. This is the Bolt Shocker. Attribute Thunder as well. Weapon skill: while own HP is at or below 80%, Thunder characters attack plus 30%, and while own HP is at or below 50%, Thunder characters attack plus 70%. Now this armament is slightly better than the rest, because in this case you do not need to use this as your leader's armament, your main DPS armament rather. This armament exists on a support unit as well, it works perfectly fine. So if your support unit has below 50% HP, which is very possible if you are running characters such as Vargan, who is a newly released unit and a 3-star as well, then this is immediately useful. And Awaken level 3, when Thunder character skill activate, that character gains an attack buff plus 30% for 10 seconds, and Awaken level 5, when Thunder character skill activate, that character gains an attack buff plus 60% for 10 seconds. So let me show you who Vargan is and why this armament kind of synergizes well with him. Right, so this is the 3-star unit Vargan. He is a Thunder type. And if you take a look at his ability 3, as a main, when battle begins, self receives damage equating to 50% of his own max HP, and you grant yourself water resistance buff by 400% for 30 seconds. And on top of that, when your own HP is at or below 50%, you receive damage in place of other party members for 30 seconds. So he's definitely going to be below 50% HP, which would then not only trigger his tankiness, but also trigger the effect of this armament as well, and you immediately give 100% attack to every Thunder character. And this includes your main DPS as well. So all in all, is this armament good? Is this armament worth pulling for? In my opinion, definitely not. 100% attack is not a lot. For you to even pull so many copies of this armament just to achieve 100% attack, in my opinion, that's not very useful. But of course, in the JP version, they decide to buff it up, and when a Thunder character uses their skill, you gain an extra 90% attack. That's pretty good, especially for skill damage teams, because if your setup is sound, it's an instant 190% extra attack. Regardless, final thoughts, I think this banner is definitely skippable for now. You do not need to use your beats to summon on this banner. Save up for the Sarah banner that is coming. Or if you are still trying to achieve the Lakisha or the Librom in the current banner, you can still continue to do so until the 27th. But until then, I hope the information here has been useful for you. This has been free to play, by the way, and as always, I will see you in the next video.